entrepreneur. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled How to Systematically Create Passive Income for Yourself Without Having to Take Any More Fancy Courses or Spend Any More Money. How does that sound? Ladies and gentlemen, let's be frank here. Does it make sense if you're going to take the time to be in business, spend your hard-earned money and your other limited resources? Shouldn't you at least try to maximize profits? Absolutely. This video is going to focus on how the ultimate insiders create passive income not only for themselves but their clients too, and how you and I can as well. Now for this particular example, we're going to use a nice upscale restaurant, because you know what they sell in upscale restaurants? That's right, gourmet desserts. So think about this for a second. Think of the psychology of this. If somebody is willing to pay $12 or more for a slice of cheesecake, what does that tell you? That's right. They are into gourmet desserts. Absolutely. So here's how a restaurant could leverage that into some serious passive income. For example, they could create a special VIP laminated discount card that's good for 1 year from that date, and they offer it to the customer when they're ready to pay their bill. And here's what they would say: Mr. or Mrs. or Sir, with your special order of that particular dessert, you've qualified to be a VIP customer for the next 12 months. And of course, they say, what is that about? I say, well, we just give you this special card, and it's good for a year, and here's what it entails. Every time you come to the restaurant for the next year, you come in on your birthday, and if you bring at least one new guest with you who's over 18, your dessert up to a certain value, $12, $15, whatever it is, it's free. And you automatically get 10% off every purchase for the entire year, but you get 25% off every purchase when you bring at least one new guest who's over 18 for the entire year. Now, what do you think they want to do? So they take this card back there and they laminate it for them, right? Now, here's the thing. I want you to think about this. In fact, think about the psychology of this, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the first thing you could do. You set up a birthday club for the card holders. And once a month, the restaurant is going to choose an individual or a couple, depending on how they filled out the card, and they're going to win one free dinner valued at X. It could be $50. It could be $75. The higher, the better. Because here's the thing. Think about the psychology of this. If somebody lives in an area that has $1 million plus homes, what do you know about their neighbors? That's exactly right. They got money too. So here's the point. Instead of just spending money on traditional ads and flyers and inserts, especially in Sunday's paper, because in most areas, probably yours too, it's no exception, that's the most expensive. But think about how many people don't even get a chance to read the paper and they just throw it out. This way here, if somebody wins a $75 coupon, in other words, the first $75 is free. Now, they don't get cash back, just so you know, but if they, let's say they want to spend $100, so what that means in reality, they only have to spend $25 now, because the first $75, if they're the grand prize winner for that month, they get a $75 credit in essence. But here's the point. If somebody wins a $75 credit for a dinner, you think they're going to have a tendency to tell a few people? You better believe it. Of course they will. Now, here's a second thing they could do to leverage this. They could start a kids club. Well, what would that entail? Think about this now for just a second. Every month, that restaurant's going to choose a kid of the month. Kid is going to be invited down to the store or to the restaurant with the adults accompanying them, at least one adult. And they're going to be able to invite 10 friends. You're going to serve them cake, ice cream, maybe some pizzas, some wings, whatever. Take a little video of it. But every month, that kid's picture is going to be up on the wall. Plus, the kid's going to get a t-shirt that says, I was this month's kid of the month. They're going to be handed like 25 cards that the kids that they hand them to give them to their parents, and then their parents go to a special website to enter their kid for a chance to win Kid of the Month. But here's the other really cool thing that can happen. The restaurant will be doing basically a glorified JV with a nice appliance store. They'll give away for the Kid of the Month an iPad every month. Now think about this. That kid's got an iPad. Now say this is for, say, kids 12 and under. The kid gets an iPad. Now every time their friends come over their house and that kid whips out that iPad, what do you think his question is going to be? That's right. Where'd they get it from? Exactly. So rather than running an ad, you see how much more powerful this might be, entrepreneur? And of course, here's the third thing for the cardholder. Every time they bring at least 2 new guests with them that are over 18, their dessert, the cardholders, is free, plus they get 25% off their entire party's bill. And of course, every time they bring a guest, the restaurant offers the guest the same deal they originally gave that original card holder. In other words, they ask them if they'd like to be part of the VIP customer club. And they sort of, if you want to call it a daisy chain, if you will. But the point is, do you see how much more powerful and strategic this is while their competitors are just running advertisements on the radio? This way here, they're going after the exact people they want. You know, the sort of birds of a feather flock together sort of psychology. That's exactly what's going on here. And you best believe, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody gets a pass or a coupon for one free dessert, they're going to take advantage of it. If nothing else, they'll come in at one time, you better believe it, to get their free dessert. Absolutely. So on that note, entrepreneur, I hope you can see how powerful this is. For those of you who want to discover how you can add an additional 25% or more gross profit to your bottom line and do it in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, then be sure you grab that free 9-page special report. And you can get it at youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Looking forward to being with you again next time on the Marketing Minute.